Hey Peter, thank you for donating, and let's have a look into just Ayurvedic herbs here. So I just typed in the top Ayurvedic herbs because a lot of people may not be familiar with this. You know, this is a very, very powerful herbal system for healing. So you see the top one actually listed is ashwagandha, and that was the previous video that I just made for you. Thyme-leaved gratiola. And it's interesting, they call it that because I love thyme. Thyme plant is like pretty much my favorite herb because it's super like strong, right? It's really good thyme. Yeah, I really got in touch with thyme, and it was more rare to buy, and just the little strong leaves, you know. I don't know, I like the whole flavor of it and everything. It's good for me, so it's pretty much my favorite herb, thyme, and I know that it's got amazing properties as well. One of them is the same as this. Help ward off chronic fatigue by boosting your energy and stamina. And you know, some of these herbs, they even have the ability to affect your neurochemicals and your androgens, so your steroidal hormones, right? Like vitamin D, even adrenaline, neuroepinephrine, all that side of the game. And then look, you have triaphla, which we know, you know, a lot of people should know that. It's a pretty well known herb as well. I've heard a lot of people talk about this in the men's health movement. And it's interesting here, they're saying 4 of them, Triphala, Gugul, Boswellia, Gotu Kola. I've heard of Gotu Kola a lot. I've worked with that, and I used to have a tincture. And that tincture is also really good for the brain, the Gotu Kola. I think that's another famous one you guys might have heard of before. Amalaki berry, remember, is the... Here at the end it says Amalaki. Remember, that's the gooseberry, the golden gooseberry. It was in the video yesterday. Now turmeric, I also talked about this morning in the last video, and man, I love it when I get it like really dark and like drippy, you know. It's still juicy and fresh. So let's have a further look into this. I think you all know properties of turmeric, right? I think I've done a video on it already. So let's have a look into just some of these, because I wanted to go through just the top ones of Ayurveda so people, you know, have it in their mind for the week. Just another way to, you know, go up during the week. Get some better herbs in your life. So we'll go through a few of these. Just want to have a look here. Yeah, you know, they always talk about weight loss, and like as soon as you get on herbs, like if you have that in front of you, right, that buffet right there that they've got in the picture, you're automatically gonna get like clogs and, you know, waxes and, you know, little clogs of bacterial colonies, everything like that out of your body, and it's going to get you skinnier. You're going to get edema out, you know, like excess water and start losing fat as well. So, you know, just like, especially if you got lime, look at that lime there, it's like a bumpy one. So it looks like a natural one, that would be strong. Remember that video I did on that, like 10 years ago? The natural limes and lemons around Nimbin, northern New South Wales, Australia, in the northern of the New South Wales state. There was really bumpy lemons that I showed on video, and I said they're better than the store-bought ones, like this guy's got out here. He's got the super bumpy limes in the middle of the picture. Because they're really, really strong. You notice the strength compared to the store-bought ones. Like, the store-bought ones seem more like water after. A very watered down taste, and you can just tell the molecules are not as strong in their bitters and their healing, because bitter is healing, you know. So for the store, they do it the opposite. They make everything sweeter. So taking the healing property away from, you know, the fruits even. So ashwagandha reduces cortisol, I'd have to say, for sure. And yeah, it would even be helping you, you know, go across to the opposite, which is like dopamine receptor stuff, you know, and a feeling of improvement. Like there they say less anxiety and improved sleep, which happens more with like your dopamine receptor and steadier cortisol triggers. And that's a good way to go, you know, because at least it's natural. Oh, look at that. That would be good. A turmeric complex pill. But see, the thing is, I still prefer to eat the actual raw, you know, root of turmeric than get pills. Like, pills are really, like, you know, if you really need it. You shouldn't just be stocking up on them like, you know, like they're cool or something. Because you need to be doing that with the fresh stuff. And always staying on the fresh stuff. You know, at least going towards that. Because if you just stack the cupboard full of pills, you go towards that. And it's the opposite, dead end. Trying to go into the live end, you know, where all the action is, like the oil is maintained. And the oil is always carrying, you know, and helping work substances and, you know, keep them, you know, antioxidated to get to the site, like into your body, so they actually get there in its lively form, transfers its essence across. You know, in a pill it can be difficult. It's not as simple as you think, just to shove it in the body, you know, in a pill. So what's it saying here? Boswellia appears to be as effective as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, yet with fewer side effects, because again, it's just like a herb. So yeah, that's when you look into this, that's what you always end up going for, you know, and because it's always less painful and like the body likes it more. It has an easier time, you know, passing through the body, just in general, in all ways and all systems, you know what I mean? And they use glues and stuff to stick together the pills and, like, you know, works your enzymes differently. Works them instead of adding them. You know, if you have the fresh root, you'll get some enzymes with it. Anyway, let's have a look into this one here. Oh, the amla berry as well. Again, another type. So it says reduces arthritis. Interesting. Okay, I'd forgotten that about triathlon. I know it's helping with bowel movements. Some people put it in their smoothies for working out as well, if they're eating more meat to help digestion. Yeah, it even says they improve digestion and promote oral health. Brahmi. Oh yeah, I worked with this one quite a lot. I remember I used to love growing this and just eating the herb. I like eating bitter herbs. Like you know you're getting it, you know, straight off the plant. So it's an adaptogen, so that's good to hear. It says here helps with ADHD. That's the well-known part of it. And you can see me talking about that in videos years ago. Like 10 years ago, I was talking about that in videos when I was growing it. I think in 2014, up on the hill, on that big hill in that big house there, where we had the really nice garden set up. That was awesome because we got free bananas up there. And then I'd walk down and I was working on the banana and passion fruit farm that took up half the road. That was so rich. Yeah, so again, Brahmi is well known for the ADHD and improved brain function parts. I think you've heard that probably before, because that's quite well known. I've heard that just everywhere over the years. Everybody seems to know that. Cumin, and you can get coumarin. Remember we were talking about coumarin in the last video. That's why when you eat these things fresh, you get so many like supplements, you know, in just the raw food. Antimicrobial, yeah, that's a good one for antimicrobial. And here we go, turmeric, which has got the curcumin in it as well. And coumarins. We know it for its anti-inflammatory. I like it as well for the minerals. That's why I like to just eat it. Like if I get the little root, I'll just slice it up and put it, you know, in sort of circles on my salad. Just wash it really good. Keep the skin on it. Licorice root, okay. So licorice is high up in their system, because I've heard it mentioned like that before as well. And I grew up on licorice because my parents are Dutch, so I always had a lot of licorice. Here they reckon it helps to protect against cavities and candida. I didn't know it was against candida, that's very interesting. Stomach ulcers. Now people have that problem, people do get stomach ulcers, so it's something to think about. And it's definitely an acquired taste though. You have to change your taste buds to things like licorice. Some people really don't like it. Yeah, gotu kola was cool to work with. I actually made tincture from this. A lot of people bought it. It tasted decent too. I mixed it with something for a brain tonic tincture. Like 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. That's when I was doing that. And I hear they say for psoriasis and eczema. I never used it for that. We just used it for brain, for a tincture. Really, really good like that. That's how I recommend using gotu kola as a tincture for the brain. Centella asiatica. Yeah, definitely good in tincture for the brain, because I did that myself. Bitter melon. Yeah, interesting. That's on their list. So that's going to be, yeah, for blood sugar stuff, right? So hypo and hyper, glycemia, insulin problems, you know, diabetes, look in this direction, and cholesterol. We've got cardamom, and the 12th one, the last one in this article. I believe this also has coumarins in it. Stomach ulcers, gastric stuff. And it says the essential oil may help uptake oxygen into the lungs during exercise more. But let's have a look at the next article here. That was a good one. What was that? That was by Healthline. Let's go to this one by artofliving.org. See what they say here. Yeah, look, it's not just about like, fixing things. Sometimes it is just about getting more vitality, right? And, all these herbs always, as soon as I start taking, like a handful, say 5 or 10 in conjunction with each other, I really always feel a difference, no matter which ones they are. You know what I mean? So, I've never heard of age one. There's ashwagandha again. Barami again. Cardamom. Cumin. Licorice has come back up. Oh, what's this one? Mangista. I don't think I know this one. So it's good for the blood and liver and lowering pitta. So pitta in the dosha system, which is like energies. And it can help clear acne. It cools and detoxifies the blood, cleanses and regulates liver and kidney. Right, so blood, liver, kidney. Really green. Look at it. Yeah, you can tell that's going towards bile as well. Oh, neem. Here we go. Neem's very famous. That's the one that, you have in toothpaste. If you get off Colgate, one of the first toothpaste you'll find at, most health stores is that neem. But it's a really, really powerful plant. So here they say Shatvari, female vitality here. So Shatvari is the best Ayurvedic route to rejuvenate women. And ashwagandha is for men. So Shatvari is she who possesses 1,000 husbands. Oh no. So yeah, it's going to help for the reproductive organs and vitality. Again, it's not just always you take herbs to fix something. Sometimes you just want to take them as natural boosters. And turmeric as well, they mention again. So that's interesting. And let's go to this next one. Keralia Ayurveda. They mention some stuff about yoga. The doshas. Here's this one again. Ajwan. Carom seed. Right, it's used as a spice. Let's have a look here. Carrot family. Carrot and celery family. It's related to carrot, cumin, coriander, anise, asafoetida. Oh, okay, what is this? Alright. Rightio. So that was that. Alright, so here it says, known to treat asthma, persistent cough, flatulence, and indigestion. That one. Thymol, so that's that compound out of thyme, and I really like that, and we investigated that years and years ago in one of the first $30 Bandit Food Plant Teaching Series videos. Because I really like thyme, I can't wait to eat it again. I haven't eaten too much of it here while I've been over in Uruguay, and I did used to have it in the garden though, but not for a few years now. Then ashwagandha it mentions again. Let's see that's what I thought as well. It helps maintain healthy testosterone and the androgens. Ashwagandha as well. We had a video about that. Brahmi, again for the brain and intelligence and memory. Yeah, and it's interesting, it actually helps intelligence, you know. Like when you take it, you feel more intelligent. Like every time I do. It's very interesting. And it says it decreases cortisol at the same time, so that's perfect for studying or reading before reading. This one, the old Brahmi. In fact, I did used to have that in my tea. You see me like about 8 years ago on the channel, I was talking about how I used to always carry a 1.5 litre bottle of tea, and it was based with hibiscus, and I'd have like 15 different teas in there. I'd often have Brahmi or Gotu Kola for the brain end. So my tea would have like my whole body like in herbs. So there was things that went, you know, to the lower end of the body, then things like Brahmi and Gotu Kola that went to the top part, like my brain. And these teas were all in the one mix. And I would mix different ones and test, you know, what worked well together, because not everyone knew, not everyone tested 10 different teas together. So I was doing that, and we were talking about it at the health shop a lot every time I went there. So I was like, you know, getting free help as well, consultation from the health shop ladies, because they were into knowing about it as well. Anyway, benefits of cardamom, that was at Nimbin and Byron Bay, Australia, and at Gold Coast, where they had really good health shops and really good like shaman ladies and, you know, like good health practitioners. Some of the best in the world, you know what I mean? They were so quality at what they did. And that's who I was working with for a while. It's just amazing, you know, great town out there. That's why I always talk about it in my videos. And you can see some videos up there as well in the early food plant teaching series videos when we went in the car and I planted plants all around the coast. Anyway, cardamom, that was when I started this series. That was so fun. We're going to get back to doing that when I get back to Australia. Anyway, let's have a look at cardamom. Works as a tranquilizer. So it's, you know, calming as well. And I know this, that it treats indigestion and asthma. I didn't know about bad breath. Or what's this? Dysuria, painful urination. Lowering the blood pressure. And helps fungal infections and food poisoning. And preventing liver enlargement and reducing the risk of liver disease. So cardamom balances kapha and vata. So not pitta. Kapha and vata. Okay. Yeah, I can feel that about the cardamom too. That's good. I can feel that for myself. Cumin. Can increase the levels of high density lipoprotein or good cholesterol. It's antimicrobial. Helps metabolism, they say. Licorice again. Alright, it stops and it subdues the functioning of toxic bacteria H. pylori. Licorice. So that one's always mentioned. H. pylori is quite common, right? So it's always mentioned. And it stops that as well because the glyceric acid. Okay. It's an analgesic, antacid, antibacterial, anti-arthritic, anti-aging, antioxidant. There you go. Oh, here's this one again, Mangista. I don't think I've worked with this as well. Well, it's a climber, so it's a vine. That's interesting. So, Mangista is a potent lymph mover. Really, for the lymph. Well, that's what I want, something like this. Calms aggravated pitta and breaks up congested kapha. See, these are things that we don't have under our tea when we buy them in Australia. You know what I mean? So you have to go online and just search and search and search this stuff until you get it, till you just sort of understand it by feeling it. And you can go out there and just buy it and feel it, and you'll know by yourself. I've got to get back into that myself. That's what I used to do, but yeah, not anymore. That's why when I get back to Australia, I'll be getting back into all this. Because I'll be able to get all this stuff like a lot easier. And neem again, antiseptic. That's what I like about neem. It's so strong, it's antifungal and antiseptic. So that's one major reason I like neem. And then that I can use that in my mouth. What's this one? Shatavari. Oh, it's asparagus. Right. So, here they say a nutritive tonic. Definitely. Diuretic. Laxative, yes. Anti-tumor, aphrodisiac. Antidepressant, adaptogenic, rejuvenative, antacid, antispasmodic, demulcent, galactagogue, antimicrobial, and immunomodulator. So it's adaptogenic as well. If it's got immunomodulation, I call it adaptogenic. But that's just me. Turmeric here. Pitta. So they say it's for pitta. It balances pitta because of its blood and liver cleansing properties. Yep. Pitta. Haritaki. Is this melon again? So it's quintessential vata balancing herb and pacifying all three doshas. So Hirataki is used in Ayurveda formulations for eye problems. Interesting. Sore throat, obesity, burns, leukoderma, bleeding gums, caries, cough. What the hell is this? Tooth decay, huh? Cavities, okay. Vitiligo. When you lose the skin pigment, it can help with that as well. When you're in that aging and you get the skin pigmentation getting all different colours. Leukoderma. Tuberculosis, TB as well, tuberculosis. Prolapsed uterus, wow, okay. And stomach problems such as dysentery. Digestive and kidneys, hemorrhoids. Relieves the pressure on pile affected areas, so piles. And it says it should be avoided during pregnancy, so that's a big warning there. Well, what is this one? Guduchi. I might have heard of this, but I've never seen it. Or is this oh yeah. It's like that spine. Okay, anyway. Let's have a look here. So any dosha. Digestive ailments, hyperacidity, liver ailments, appetite and energy enhancer, chronic fever, for gout and rheumatic ailments, rheumatoid arthritis, diabetes, kidney and heart. Here we have the amalaki. So the gooseberry, like I mentioned earlier, there it is. I think this is one of the most well-known ones. It's definitely a tonic, and here they say brain tonic. Most definitely, you'll feel that when you eat it. Oh, it's good for the eyes, nails, and skin. So it's good for the eyes as well, definitely. And those pigments would go straight to the eyes, and builds ogas to support a healthy immune response and youthfulness by stimulating microcirculation. Amla berry that builds ojas to promote healthy blood sugar levels and balance the pitta. Oh well, we all know aloe vera. I've already done that. So here they call that gugulu. Triophylla here. That's that one we saw before. Improves metabolism, constipation, laxative and digestion, so it's going to work on that level. Dermatological problems like acne and eczema. So pure triphala blended with musta, lushung, yashtimiyadhu, maricha and papali can be found in Alsastil herbal tablets that work naturally to provide relief from hyperacidity, flatulence and gastric ulcer, and heartburn and reflux.